Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Wednesday, April 20th, 2022. And we begin with mask confusion, a real issue around the U.S. Travelers on planes, trains, buses, and rideshares have been freeing their faces ever since a federal judge tossed out the mask mandate on Monday. But last night, the Justice Department said it will appeal the ruling if the CDC says masking up is still the way to go. As of this recording, there's been no word from the health agency, and at least one major city is saying better safe than sorry. This week, Philadelphia ordered residents to put the masks back on indoors, including at the city's airport, because of a low but quickly climbing count of COVID cases. The Philadelphia Health Commissioner knows a lot of people are tired of masks and admits this might be overly cautious. She tells the New York Times, "I could be wrong, but if I manage to save lives because I'm right, that's worth the risk." A surge of Ukrainians is clamoring to get into the U.S. by land, air, and sea. Immigration officials say 5,000 tried to enter in March, more than triple the previous month. The Washington Post reports most Ukrainians are being allowed to enter this country on what's called a humanitarian parole, meaning they can stay temporarily for about a year and a half. No refugee numbers are available yet for April, but it's expected to go up, especially as Ukraine's president announced Russian forces have launched a long-anticipated ground assault on the country's eastern Donbas region. President Biden has promised to welcome 100,000 Ukrainian refugees to the United States, and the White House says more details will be unveiled soon. A 7-year-old boy from Texas has recently been named the youngest mariachi singer in the world. Mateo Lopez started singing at age 4 and has already appeared on Mexico's Got Talent and NBC's Little Big Shots. Mariachi is a type of regional music from Mexico that dates back to at least the 18th century and includes violins, trumpets, and a guitar. Young Mateo already plays the guitar and piano and may start learning the violin as well. He told San Antonio TV station KENS 5 that when he puts on his traje, or outfit, he feels excited, brave, and strong, and it makes me proud. From the youngest mariachi singer in the world to the oldest park ranger in the U.S. who has just hung up her hat at the ripe old age of 100. Betty Reed Soskin spent her last day on the job at the Rosie the Riveter World War II Homefront National Historical Park in Richmond, California earlier this month, and a party in her honor was held this past weekend. In addition to spotlighting the role of African American women during the Second World War, Ms. Soskin was also named California's Woman of the Year in 1995, met President Obama at the White House in 2015, and earned Glamour magazine's Woman of the Year title in 2018. A treat for stargazers right now. 4 planets are all lined up and visible to the naked eye, as long as city lights don't intrude. Mars, Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter can be seen in the early morning hours across the world by looking east just before sunrise. This doesn't happen too often as the planets' orbits vary widely. Venus takes 225 Earth days to travel around the sun, while Saturn takes 29 years. And as an extra bonus, at the end of the month, the moon will join in the line, appearing below each of the planets for a few days. That's it for KidNuz. A big thank you to all our generous donors who help keep this unique podcast of news just for kids going. If you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation through our fiscal sponsor, Independent Arts and Media, please go to our website, kidnuz.org. Now, the KidNuz quiz. What city just ordered masks back on indoors? Philadelphia. How many Ukrainians tried to enter the U.S. last month? 5,000. Mariachi music is from what country? Mexico. Which 4 planets are currently visible in the early morning sky? Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. In our KidNuz Kicker, Ice cream is a wonderful treat, unless it's covered in those nasty, crunchy ice crystals, which can happen when it's melted and then refrozen. But scientists report there may be a way to prevent that from happening. A study at the University of Tennessee found that a form of cellulose nanocrystals obtained from plants can be added to ice cream and it stops crystals cold. The findings were reported in the American Chemical Society and could eventually be used as well for other frozen foods and perhaps even donated organs and tissues that must be frozen during transit between hospitals. Before we go, we want to give a big KidNuz shout out to some of our terrific teachers. Ms. Peck, whose motto is, Yay for Mistakes, at Ensworth in Nashville, Tennessee. Mrs. Heiner and her awesome students at S.Y. Jackson Elementary in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Ms. Capelli and her amazing class who are rocking 4th grade at Immaculate Heart of Mary School in Scarsdale, New York. Ms. Teggy, who teaches social studies and science at Pfaff Elementary in Quakertown, Pennsylvania. And Mrs. Gordon at Patterson Park Public Charter School in Baltimore, Maryland. Thanks for listening. Today's the last chance to sign up for a special teacher appreciation gift. Check your emails for more information. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.